welcome to the Cryptonomatron, and today it's just a short news video as I'm actually going away for 4 days, so my next upload will be hopefully next Tuesday, and I'll get back to my reviews as well. I know you guys have been requesting more reviews, you've requested credits, so I'm going to try and do that next week, as well as a few other ICO videos. I'm keeping them under wraps for the time being. So we'll just do a quick news video today. The main story that I want to bring you is Bitmain have launched the Antminer X3 in 2 batches. They are shipping in May. Batch 1 ships in May, batch 2 ships in June, and there's a big price difference. It's $12,000 if you want the one in May, and about $7,600 if you want the one in June. Now, $12,000 is a lot for a miner. 1.5 Bitcoin for an Antminer X3. So what does it do? Well, it actually hashes the CryptoNight algorithm, which is Monero's algorithm. It only consumes 550 watts of power, has a hash rate of 220 kilohashes per second, which is really rapid. It's the equivalent of about 10 to 12 AMD Vegas, if you put it in GPU perspective, but at a lot less power consumption. So that's pretty impressive for its hash rate and its power consumption in terms of competition with the GPUs. And a lot more of these ASIC miners are going to be coming for all the different algorithms, unfortunately. So GPU cards might be in danger. Might be. But I wouldn't get too excited about ASIC miners for CryptoNight, especially if you're going to mine Monero, because it looks like the Monero devs have kiboshed that plan. And this tweet from Whale Panda says, these miners, the Antminer X3, will be bricked after the Monero hard fork with a small proof of work change in 13 days. So with them shipping them in May, June, good luck. You won't be able to use them for Monero. Ricardo Spagni, at Fluffy Pony on Twitter, he's a Monero Core Dev, and he's been blocked from the Bitmain Twitter, as you can see there, and he's laughing about it. And it seems that the core devs at Manero are having a bit of a chuckle to themselves with this hard fork and proof of work change. And it means that basically you won't be able to use that Antminer to mine Monero, which is pretty much its whole purpose. And I think some of the other Monero forks as well, and some of the other CryptoNight algo coins are going to do much the same thing. I'm relying heavily on Twitter for this news feed, but hey ho, that's the way it is this morning. Udi Wertheimer, he has a little bit of a conspiracy theory here, and I like this. This is why I had to bring it to you this morning. I really like this. He says, unfortunately, this isn't how our shitty industry works, referring to the Bitmain plan, and the plan being, number 1, advertise this in official channels as a CryptoNight miner, so technically correct. But B, in unofficial channels, in the pump groups, Twitter, etc., have shills market it as a best Monero miner, wow. And then his tweet continues, number 3, once it ships, the plebs get angry. And D, shills promote the narrative that Monero Core are control freaks and they want to screw miners. Does this sound familiar yet? And E, they introduce Monero Cash, a brand new CryptoNight algo coin, a fork of Monero, and then they shill it to all their followers, and of course the people that own the Bitmain Antminer X3 mine Monero Cash, sort of mirroring another cash coin you might be familiar with. You know, it might be close to the bone, it might be close to the mark, who knows, it might just be a lot of waffle, but I thought it was interesting nonetheless. So Bitcoin Lightning startup has gone beta with Twitter CEO backing it, and a version of Bitcoin's much anticipated Lightning Network, you've probably heard it 100 times, is finally ready for real users to use. So California startup Lightning Labs has launched a beta version of the software, making available what investors and project leads say is the first thoroughly tested version of the tech to date. That means the users can now leverage LND to send Bitcoin and Litecoin to other users, all without settling those transactions on the blockchain. This could be a very, very big step forward for Bitcoin and also for Litecoin as well. The article, as usual, is in the description below. Birching ICO is ongoing. It's been going for a while now, and with the current cheap ETH price at $580, this is probably the best time to get into Birching. You can get 42,000 bird tokens for 1 Ethereum. That means you're paying about 1.4 cents per bird, and that is a complete bargain. This, if you haven't already watched my Birching review video from weeks and weeks ago, I've been a big proponent of this project. It's a first mover ICO in the space. It actually is a blockchain that allows you to sell your unused SMS if you're an Android user. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with iPhones. But if you're an Android user, you can, and you've got a contract, you've got unlimited SMSs, or you've got a package of SMSs, you can actually sell them and get bird tokens in return for letting them utilize those SMSs. It's that simple. It's a incentivizing token. It's a unique concept. It's a first mover in the space, and it has had a successful, very successful pre-sale. The team are very, very active in the community. They're on YouTube every night. They're great guys. It's a project I feel is worth supporting. Now, normally there's a bit of a disconnect between investors, for example, or contributors, if you like, in ICOs and the team. Not in this case. In this case, the team are very, very active in the community, and I like to see that. So they've already sold 600 Ether worth of tokens to companies who are actually signed up now to use their services. And one notable one that I remember includes Car Vertical, that Lithuanian ICO that is putting the history of cars on the blockchain. So very, very interesting. They've already raised 1,720 Ether, and this is a project worth keeping your eye on. The link is in the description below. It is my referral link, as usual. It's the only time I ever earn money from you guys is bounty campaigns and referral links, as you well know. Yeah, it's a project I think it's worth investing in. It's certainly a bargain at that price. It will have a low hard cap. Go and watch the review video anyway. I'm spending too much time on this. So if you've taken part in the narrative ICO that's on Neo, which I have contributed to it already, you will now receive an airdrop of native tokens. Now, native NTV will be working in tandem with Narrative. They are a related project. They're going to basically, Native's going to be like a reward system, and you know, it can be applied to many different sectors. You know, for charity donation, stuff like that. You know, e-commerce, and also Narrative as well. Now, if you don't know, Narrative is like a social media platform almost, where contributors get rewarded for their work, much like Steemit. I haven't reviewed it yet. I haven't had time, which is unfortunate, because I'm very interested in the actual project, and I want you to do it justice. I'll try and get one done as soon as possible, so you guys get an overview of Narrative. But this is very interesting, this native as well. It just came to my attention a few hours ago through, funnily enough, another tweet, and we're very Twitter related on today's news feed. So native as well will run on the public Neo blockchain, same as Narrative, and there will be two tokens. It's a dual token system. The NTV token will be the primary currency for the rewards, and the PEP token will be used for transaction fees, much like Neo and Gas. There'll be a maximum of 200 million NTV and PEP tokens, and they're going to airdrop between 40 and 50% of all the tokens, with the remainder retained to the company for future use. So I don't want to go too much into how it works at the moment. I'll try and do a separate video on it. But if you're a Nerve owner, Nerve is the narrative token, then you will receive NTV tokens, native tokens, at a rate of 0.6 NTV for every one NRVE or Nerve token or narrative token that you hold. So basically 60% of your narrative tokens you will receive native tokens. So that's it just been announced. I think it's very good, and we're always happy to get free stuff, especially those of us that have contributed to the narrative token sale. The narrative token sale is still open. I encourage you to go and have a look at the project and check it out. If you've got Neo burning a hole in your pocket at the moment, now would be the time to get in, because Neo's at a low price as it is, so you'll get more bang for your buck.